good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Start That Show, powered by Radio World. This is Marina Nani, and I have the absolute privilege of being here today with you, with His Excellence, Dr. Mahtu Krishan. Over to you, Your Excellence.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Ambassador Marina Nani. You have given me once again this privilege to come to your fantastic, excellent, super excellent, and incredible show. I'm really delighted to come once again in spite of my very busy and hectic schedule because almost 1 month I was traveling. You know that I travel a lot. I had a very hectic schedule. We were there in Malaysia, and in Malaysia we had series of programs and 3 days conference of global peace. People from all the faith, they gathered there. Top people like Datu Sris, top people like ministers, and big people, from different sectors of all the categories. They assembled, and we had wonderful time. I was speaking to a very large crowd in Malaysia. Then after that, I had to come to Sri Lanka. And in Sri Lanka also, we had a gathering of the delegates of more than 55 countries. And from China, from Singapore, from Malaysia, from Argentina, from so many countries. 55 countries delegates, they had gathered. The top scientists, the top research scholars, the top inventors, the top doctors, super specialists, and all. They all gathered. It was, of course, a very good program over here for 3 days. And after that, I came to the South India, southern part of India. The place is called Coimbatore. And by the grace of God, we had wonderful time. 3 days, we had a gathering of more than 65,000 people. You can see in the Facebook, you can see so many photos. We have already uploaded media in public also, you can see. And the management of 65,000 people, about their accommodation, about their daily routine work, and then for them to assemble in one place, make them to attend all the sessions in time. In time, we had to serve the coffee, tea, the break during the coffee break, and again for the lunch break, and like this, So I'm happy that our team, like you, you are also very well trained. Like you, a lot of people are with us, and they are well trained, and all of them are volunteers. We don't pay. We don't have the money to pay, but people, they volunteers, and they came and they made our program a very big success. And now today, you can just see I'm just rushing. Yesterday, when you spoke to me, I was traveling. I was in the highway. I was traveling. I could not speak to you. I'm happy that today we could get together, and today we are in the appointed time. God has given us this time, and today we are with you. I'm thankful to you that you have given me this opportunity. Thank you, Your Excellency, Dr. Ambassador Maria Nani. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My name, as you have already mentioned, my name is Madhu Krishan. Madhu in India, Madhu, the meaning of Madhu is honey. You can call me honey. No problem.
Okay, let's try that, Your Excellence. So honey, you
Why? Because sometimes for pronouncing the name, sometimes it may be difficult. So remember, honey. That's enough. Thank you.
who doesn't remember honey? So, but Your Excellence, there are so many inspirational ideas coming from you. You speak and people listen, and we are mesmerized by your vision about the world and how the world could become once we all become peace ambassadors. And you ignite this will to win, the desire to be successful, and it's almost like you are reaching out to people's full potential as if already happened. In other words, I want to say that you are known for being the man who unlock the door to personal excellence in each one of us. And throughout your life, excellence is being your karma. Excellence is being your standard. Excellence is being your home. And I just wonder because last episode we talked about peace. We talked about the people who led you into discovering the power of inner peace, the power of peace, and how that could apply in our day-to-day life. I would like to invite you today to share with us more about what led you into excellence. Who are the people? What are the events? What are the moments in your life when you've been led into excellence and since you call it home?
Thank you, Nanny, for asking me this question. Remember, in my last interview, I had mentioned certain things about my personal profession, as I was a man of science and technology. I was declared as the best scientist. I got the Best Scientist Award in the year 1991 from United States of America. But then when I saw my own people, my own colleagues, my own friends, the fellow scientists, they are busy in creating, inventing the bomb, nuclear bomb, but chemical weapons and all sort of things, killing machines to destroy humanity. I was very much disturbed, very much disturbed in my heart and in my mind that why people, my own colleagues, why they are intellectual people, they are scientists, but then why they are doing that? So this has given an impact in my mind. We have to do something for this society, for this earth planet where we all are dwelling. God has sent all of us, whatever color we may be, whatever language we may speak, we all may be of different ethnic background, whatever it may be, of geographical area. But then, as I already mentioned, that we all have same anatomy of the body and same physiology of the body, created by the same God, the universal God. And He created all the human beings, and He has kept us in this earth planet, made us as citizen. We are the global citizen. But then we people are fighting conflicts, making people to fight, and we make our own groups, group in the name of language, group in the name of the ethnic, group in the name of this religion. So many boundaries, so many walls, the partition walls are created. Men them such kind of wall. While I was in the school days, I'm just coming, the people, those who impacted me. While I was in the school days, as I already told you, that I was a good student. And I always used to go into the depth of the subject. And when I was going into the depth of subject, I understood so many things I have understood. So there are some school teachers who gave me a very good teaching in my schools. I can name some of them, like our teacher by name Mr. Prohit was there, one Vina Parekh, she was also there, and then one Bachi, he was teaching me the physics subject, and Chatterjee, he was teaching us history, and like this. We were having number of such good teachers who were teaching me. I've already mentioned you that I am from a small place called Andaman and Nicobar Island, a very small group of islands in between Burma and Indonesia. There are 556 small islands stretched near to Thailand. So I am from that particular island, born and brought up in that island. So some people of this kind of people, they have provoked me, they have motivated me, and they made me to think. Like, though I became scientist in a very later stage, but from the school days itself, the scientific knowledge, to go into the depth of the subject, to go and make some research and all those things was going on in my mind. Anyhow, one particular thing came into my mind when I was studying. I'm not talking about religion. At a later stage, we know that I don't believe in religion. Like, okay, religion, I say man-made religions, but I studied Hindu mythology because I am born and brought up in a Hindu family, in a very orthodox Hindu family. Number two, I studied Quran. I don't say read, I say studied. I studied Quran, I studied Bible. Bible, I studied it at later stage. I'm just telling one particular episode about my ninth class while I was studying. Till ninth class, while I was studying, I was a fan of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, I love him. He is not only the father of our country, India, but then he is a great philosopher. He is a man, a unique man. So his biography has touched me a lot. Mahatma Gandhi's the non-violence movement, it has touched me a lot. I was very much influenced by the way he brought freedom to our country, India. The way he brought, in a very dynamic manner. He was a dynamic leader. I was reading his biography. I was reading all the activities, what he did. I was very much impressed. I was really impressed. And I can say that he was the first person, though he was not alive at that time. Moreover, my grandfather was also a freedom fighter. He was a freedom fighter. That's why he was arrested by the British government those days when British government was in power in India. So they arrested him because he was a great freedom fighter. Then they sent him to isolation in that island called Port Blair, Andaman and Nicobar Island. And then my generation started from there because my grandfather, even after the independence, he could not come because there was no ship, no thing was there, and they had to stay back in that island in the isolation only. Anyhow, so my family was very close to Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. So from the childhood, I was hearing about Mahatma Gandhi. So the first person who impacted me the most is Mahatma Gandhi, his teaching. The second one, when I came to class 9, while studying in class 9, all the history subjects was mentioned. The dates, what I mean to say, the dates are mentioned either BC or AD. BC, I asked the question from my teacher. I'm talking about the second one who has influenced me the maximum. First, Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. His original name is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, who later, at a later stage, the name was given to him, Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma, in the sense in India, Hindi, the word Hindi, Mahatma means saint, a saint. Okay. Anyhow, so he influenced me. The second one, I'm just coming to the point. The second one, in the history when all the dates were mentioned as BC and AD. BC means before Christ. AD means after Domini or after Jesus Christ. This has human impact. I asked a question from a history teacher that in India we have 330 millions. In India we say crores, 330 crores of god and goddesses. In your way, a language, you can say 330 millions. 330 millions of god and goddesses. Why we should take the name of before Christ, BC, before, after Christ? I told my history teacher that Christ is a god of London. Christ is a god of UK because the Britishers came to India. That was my feeling. I'm telling the truth to you. I must tell the truth. My history teacher given me a very good lesson that day. When I asked this question, why all the dates are mentioned as BC, before Christ, AD, after Domini, or after Jesus Christ? That means now today, that is, he taught me, my history teacher taught me, first 100 years is called the first century. The second 100 years is called the second century. The third 100 years is called, after Jesus, is called the third century. Like this, now we are in 20th or 21st century. After Jesus, this is a fact. The whole world is accepting this calendar. This calendar is called the English calendar. In India, they say it's the English calendar. India is also following the same calendar. The whole world people follow the same calendar. Now the whole world will be celebrating Christmas. The whole world will be celebrating New Year. So they follow the same English calendar. I'm just talking who the second one who influenced me was this word, historical word BC and AD. BC means before Christ, AD means after Dominion. I thought, let me know more about Jesus Christ. I was thinking that Jesus Christ is a God of one particular religion. I never knew about that. Now I know, after reading Bible only, now I can say, in Bible, the word religion is not at all there. In the book of Genesis till the last and book of Revelation, in the Bible, there is nothing mentioned about religion. In only two places, the word religion, instead of religion, is mentioned there. In the book of James, in Bible, it is mentioned that if at all someone of you want to be religious, pretend to be, so it was written there, pretend to be religious, then he should first look after the underprivileged, the destitute, the widows, the orphans. That is the meaning of religion Bible has described. I came to know about this fact little later. I'm talking while I was studying class 9th grade. I wanted to know more and more about this thing, and somehow I was not having a chance to read about the scripture. Then I started reading. I thought, before I get, this Bible, let me read other things. I read the mythology, Hindu mythology. I read the Vedas. I read all the Vedas because I was thorough in Vedas. Why? Because being a Hindu person, born in a Hindu Orthodox, and moreover, we were of a temple authority. Both the sides of my house, we have the biggest temple standing on my own father's land. So we are from that authority, temple authority. So I'm supposed to know Vedas. One day, while reading the Vedas, Rig Vedas, especially reading the Rig Vedas, it is mentioned, certain thing was mentioned over there, that how to receive the salvation. In Hindu mythology, Vedas, it is written. Then I understood what is written about salvation. These all things which is mentioned in the Vedas is pointing towards Jesus Christ, is pointing towards Jesus Christ. Oh, I was excited. Pointing. So as per the Vedas of Hindu mythology, it is stating that only through Jesus Christ your sins can be forgiven and you can have an eternal life. Everybody is searching for the eternal life. I'm just talking. I'm again the second one who influenced me, changed my life. Anyhow, now also I say I'm not religious. I used to say I don't believe in religion. Religion are man-made. Man-made. I say that one. That is my statement. Anyhow, then when I read the Quran, it is really good. I have understood it, and though at first reading I could not understand more, but then there also something was mentioned about Jesus, about Maria, your name, Marina, your name, about the mother of Jesus was a lot. It was mentioned, rather it was mentioned more. Anyhow, I'm just cutting short of this particular episode that ultimately when I came to my engineering college, away from home, 1,800 miles away from home, when I was in the hostel, for the first time, I had some classmates from Ethiopia. They had come, though that time 40 Ethiopians had come to my college. And when I started reading for the first time, because Ethiopians were having Bible in their hand, and when I started reading Bible from the New Testament, I was totally, my turning point was there. Why? What all Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, the father of India, the father of our nation, what all he mentioned, he said, somebody is slapping you in one cheek, give your other cheek. I was loving Gandhi for that. Second, Gandhi's philosophy says, that if you have two pair of clothes, give one pair to a poor person. And he said, Gandhi told that if you have extra clothes, give one more. If you have two pair, give one pair to a poor person who is naked, who's not there. And then Gandhi was very famous with three monkeys. He always used to keep the ideal of three monkeys. One monkey will be like this, one monkey will be like that, and one monkey will be like that. It means don't speak evil, don't see evil, and don't hear an evil. 80% to 90% of what all I read, the biography, the teaching, the philosophy of Gandhi in my school days, right from the class 9, or rather from the childhood, because I was hearing about him from my father and from my grandfather, I found as it is in Bible from the book of Matthew, book of John, book of Luke, book of Mark, the first four gospel, all things are there. Sometime if we just say anybody reading for the first time Bible, they'll say, as it is, what Gandhi told is from this Bible. I realized 2000 years back, Jesus, the person Jesus, he spoke about all those things. He spoke about the spirituality. He never spoke about the religion. People unnecessarily are taking as a religion. He spoke about the spirituality, the oneness with God. He spoke how we can become the children of God, how we can become our own self, how we can become the citizen of the kingdom of God. He spoke about all those. And what Gandhi's philosophy says, it is 2000 years back, Jesus Christ about this. I was totally convinced. I surrendered and I started reading Bible more and more and more. And that was the second one who brought a big changes in my life. Third, you must be knowing about Ambedkar, a great personality in India. Ambedkar, we in India, we also say that his name is Baba Sahib Dr. Ambedkar. Ambedkar is a person who wrote the Constitution of India, who is the father of the Constitution of India. He only wrote the Constitution of India. When I read at a later stage, after reading Bible, when I read about Ambedkar, they are the historical people. They are the history makers. Gandhi is a history maker, and also Ambedkar is the history maker. He wrote the first constitution. And what Ambedkar wrote, the Constitution of India, we follow as it is, with some amendments here and there. There are a little bit of amendments out there, but yes, he wrote the Constitution. When I read about this thing, his mentality, his thinking was same like me. He was also telling about this religion. He was not believing in religion. He was born in one particular religion. And when he saw that in India, people are fighting because of the caste system, people are divided because of the caste system, I was also offended during my childhood when I see people, they discriminate people that they are higher caste, people are from lower caste. I sometimes used to cry. I sometimes used to fight. I mean to say verbal fight, agitate with a group of people, agitate with my own family people. How we can discriminate a people? Like for example, I was offended those days, the temple, because as I told that we are the people of the temple authority. We were the people like who used to, go and worship for others in the temple. Like we say pujaris, kind of thing. The priest, the correct word will be the priest in the temple. The carpenter, the masons, the welders, all the workers, laborers, those who are utilized to construct a temple, they make the temple beautiful. But when the temple is made, these people, carpenters, masons, welders, all this category of people, the workers, are not permitted to enter into the temple gate. Now it is they are following. Now also they follow the same culture. The caste, they say they are the lower caste people, untouchable people. We are not supposed to touch them. If we are touching any such people, we are becoming defiled. They say that. I was not agreeing to this kind of system. I was not agreeing to this. Though I was from Hindu family, Orthodox family, I was not agreeing to this system. I told them, these people only have dug the well for us. We are not drinking water. And those people are standing out. They are not able to come. Their children are dying because they don't have the water. Now, everywhere, the water system, the municipal corporation is distributing water. But in those days, on the well, they have to dig the well. So the big wells now were dug by the laborers, small, the low caste people. They say the labor, they dig, they complete, they make the masonry walls and all those things, complete it, and then those people are not allowed to even to take a glass of water, take one small mug of water from that well. It is injustice. I was totally broken. No, not the human kingdom which God has created on this earth. God has not created all those things and all in this earth. God, for every human being, has created the same, with the same anatomy, with the same physiology. For everybody, God has given the oxygen, so that everybody should inhale the oxygen from the atmosphere, light from the same sun. The some people, those who say that we are superior, we are higher caste, they are from the slum area. We will not allow them to take water. Will not allow them to enter into my temple. How can they say, God, you don't give the light, the sun, don't give the sun, the light to those people. We are superior, first give to me. Or the air, give the oxygen to me first, don't give to them. God has not discriminated all those things. He is giving in abundance all these gifts to everybody. That was a turning point also in my life. I told no. Bhimrao Ambedkar, the constitution, who wrote the constitution, when I read about these things, same thing like me. He told, if this is the system in the society, I better leave this religion. Let me go to other religion. To that extent, he has gone. Anybody, I don't want to speak more on this topic because otherwise people may misunderstand me. But as you asked me, who are the people who has made me excellence, made some impact, brought some impact in my life? Reading and seeing these kind of things and all, Ambedkar, Gandhi, and Jesus Christ, Vivekananda has also influenced me a lot. Swami Vivekananda, a great personality from India. He's also a great dynamic person. Raja Ram Mohan Rai. Raja Ram Mohan Rai is another person who influenced me at a later stage. When I read about Raja Ram Mohan Rai is a person, he's a historical person. India, everybody knows him. He was the person, Raja Ram Mohan Rai, who fought those days against certain evil system in the society, like this, the caste systems, the division, low caste, high caste system he fought. And in India, there was also a system that when husband is dying, like suppose due to some reason, those days the hospitals were not there. Those days some epidemic diseases used to come very often. Some disaster things comes and then epidemic disease comes, flooding and all. Still now also it is very popular in India. So those days the flooding and all was also there. So many people die after the flood because of the epidemic disease, cholera. and other kind of, malaria and other things, people die. Like suppose those days, if the husband died, the husband will be kept for the burial, and the wife alive, she has to sit on that top of the firewood. They will make her to burn alive. The wife will be killed alive. All the people will be witnessing. They all clap and they rejoice. They say, this is the God, this is the religious rituals. Making the wife to die on the dead body, on the burial of the husband, they call it as the ritual, the Hindu ritual. I don't think so that today any educated person will agree to this ritual. Raja Ram Mohan Rai, he fought against such kind of, social evils in the society. Also, he fought when a child, a girl child, is of, even the boy, is of 7 years old or 8 years old, they made the boy and the girl to marry each other. Even Mahatma Gandhi, the role model, the father of nation, he had to marry his wife. That time, she was a small young child only. She was a young child. Will you accept, or will anybody accept 8 years, 10 years old girl, 12 years old girl, marrying, going for the marriage, within 2 or 3 years, pregnant? The body is so weak, they give birth. I don't want to talk on more on this. It is not acceptable. This all thing was working in my life. Raja Ram Mohan Rai, minimum 5 points he took up regarding this. We say sati pratha in India. Means the wife has to be dead, has to be killed on that grave, on that firewood, where when the husband is dying, and they are Hindu rituals to the child marriage. Third, the idol worshipping. He says, handmade God. Raja Ram Mohan Rai said, all handmade God. We make some sculptures and we all start worshipping. He said, no, our God is not handmade. Anybody cannot make my God. He was against idol worshipping. Like this, some of the points I liked it, and that has transformed my life. I was sometime used to go to the corner because we had a lot of sea in our island. Me and one of my friend, his name is Himadri Bahadri. Presently now he's in Delhi. He went. And me and my friend used to go to Marina Park. You are named Marina. There is a Marina sea beach there. We have a beautiful sea beach over there. Me and he, both of us, will go there. We'll discuss on these all points and all. We were fed up, but we were small boys. We cannot take up these issues. We cannot fight with our own family. We cannot, take up these issues with the society, the leaders and all. But me and my friend used to discuss, and then me and my friend is also a great personality now, because he also he has given the contribution in my life to make me today what I am, a great leader. What we were doing now, I just remember, we will be there was a statue of Subhash Chandra Bose. Subhash Chandra Bose was just like Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi was one side, a man of non-violence, and Subhash Chandra Bose was another freedom fighter. He was a freedom fighter. He was fighting with with his army. He was fighting with the British government with his own army. So these two were the big leader of freedom during the freedom fighting movement. And they were also connected with my grandfather. So that way, under one big statue of Subhash Chandra Bose, me and my friend will be watching, and then I'll be, giving a lecture. Nobody is there in a park. Nobody is there, but I'll be speaking, and we used to talk about all those things. Why people are hating others, why people have got this kind of caste systems, why people are discriminating, why people are not allowing the temple, people are not allowing their own masons and carpenters to the temple to worship once the temple is completed. They only have built the temple. They are not allowed to come to the temple. All those things, we were busting out. We were unable to talk in the society, but we were busting out, me and my friend, in the seashore, in the Marina Beach. That area is called the Marina Beach. We used to do. There was a very big statue. That way, we were busting out, busting out. Anyhow, that gave me the talent of speaking. Today, I'm speaking to 60,000 people in front of 60,000 people in some African countries and all. I used to speak to more than 100,000 people, continuously for 3 days, for 4 days, from morning 9 o'clock to evening 5 o'clock, sometimes to the late night also. But then that practice, my friend Himadri Bahaduri, we have done in the school days when we were studying in class 9, 10th, and 11th system. So my friend name also has to be mentioned. He has given a big contribution in my life. Today, what I am is my friend has molded me. Like we were of the same age and we were doing all this. And we were good in the sports also. We were very good in the sports. I became the international inter school champion also in all athletes. Yeah, I was good in badminton, I was good in cricket and all those things. Anyhow, I was very good in so many sports and games, and I was a big athlete those days and all. So, like this, there are some people who brought some changes in my life, made me a scholar, made me a philosopher, made me a good thinker, made me to think about the society. People in the world today are materialistic people. The materialistic people, in the sense, they worry only about themselves. They worry only about their family. They worry only about their own, own children, own son, own daughter, or their own self. Or some people don't even bother about the children, but the son and daughter also, they bother only about themselves. Only self, self, self. So they are growing into a self and selfish way. They are just growing. But then to think about the society, to understand that people around us, if in our neighborhood if there is a fire, if I don't go, that fire will come and burn my house. This attitude, people are growing with that. More educated people, they are becoming more unsocial. They're becoming more unsocial. They don't want to go to the neighbor's house. In the Facebook, we may be chatting or thousands of miles away, but the person next to my door, next door neighbor, we don't talk. Next door neighbor, who's living in my next door neighbor, we don't even know. What is their problem? We don't even know. Whether they are alone, suffering from some problem, whether one day they are in some fever, they have not even cooked their food, whether we have gone and looked after this thing. There are small things are there. We are not bothered. We are only selfish, this thing. But God gave me the privilege to learn more and more and to become a philosopher, to understand the society, to understand the community, to understand that if we help the community, if we work for the community, if we work for our own global citizen, this Earth planet will be in a very good way, a dwelling place, a better place for we all to dwell in, because we all are like a foreigner to this Earth planet. Will be going after 70 years or 80 years, whatever it may be. The span of life, it's a universal truth. Everyone has to die. We're going back, but then our coming generation, let us make a good place in this Earth planet, a better place with the peace, harmony, love, affection, with all the people, taking out all the barriers, taking out all such kind of radical things, the stones from that, from the society. Only people like me and people like you are also doing a wonderful job. You and your team are doing a great job. People like you are making, you are creating, you are, enlightening people, because everyone has got some of the other talent, and you are making them to ignite, and you are bringing them their talent out. All those things to work together not for any self-prestige, but it is for make them a great peace builder of the society, peace builder of the nation, peace builder of the whole earth planet. Small, small things have to work out. People think that I'm from this country, he is from that country. I'm white, he's black. Bring boundaries, bring hatred, bring angerness, all those things, the rivals, kind of jealousy. If I start naming, there will be so many names like this, which are the negative force, negativity. Suppose if I say, somebody, if I say, I'm from that, but as I said that in the society, we say we have some of our society in India, high class, middle class, low class, and then untouchable. That kind of, the classes like that. And we hate. Now also in India, if you open the TV now in India also, because of the temple, people are fighting. Somebody is eating beef, people are fighting, going and killing. Why? Because why you have eaten beef? Beef is a food. They fight, they kill. Today also we see in the news, somebody was taking some buffaloes and some things, for their own purpose. People went, they killed. They say, we worship buffalo, we worship cow. You are killing my God. Like this, small, small things, small, small things. People are fighting. In this modern world, educated in the whole world, Indians are supposed to be very on the top position, 40 to 50%, more than 50% IT people, professionals, doctors are from India working throughout the world. But the condition in India is very pathetic. People fight. If someone is taking buffalo, people will go and kill them. See, I'm just telling one thing. When we create such kind of thing, negative force, the negative energy, and they feel that we are superior, other are inferior, the angerness comes. We cannot talk about peace in the society. We cannot talk peace in our country. First, the peace should be brought in the individual, in his own mind, in his own heart. He has to understand that my mind, my heart is connected. God has created. We should bring peace, first of all, in my mind, in my heart. For example, if a person is angry, what happened? As I've already mentioned some episode, people go and kill others. People say, he's from other religion. It's not my religion. Go and kill them. Anger, the self-anger, comes to an action at a later stage if the anger is not controlled within itself, within our own individual. And the first victim of the anger is the person himself. He himself is. You must have seen that when sometimes we get angry, our day is spoiled. We ourselves is restless. When we shout on others, we are restless. Our blood pressure is going up. Sugar level is high. Heartbeat is high. Perspiration comes. Sweating comes. So who is the victim? You own. So if at all we want to talk about peace, love and harmony, individual has to know the management, the anger management, the self-discipline system. All those things they have to work out. And then only slowly, gradually, people can become a global leader. National leader, first local leader, then the regional leader, then the national leader, then the international leader, and then the global leader. Now, after 30 years of my hard work in so many sectors, in the sector of agriculture, in the sector of so many social, the sector of education, in the sector of science and technology, people call me as a global leader of peace because in every point, everywhere, I connect with the peace for the peace for our society, for our global citizen. I still remember one episode I'd love to mention. In our island, what happened? We have our island, Andaman Nicobar Island. It's a beautiful island. somehow from other country. Okay, let me name the country also. No problem. I'm not against any country. I consider the whole Earth planet made for us. God has given us. That is my thinking. If this boundary is taken away, I'll be the happiest person. If we can travel without any visa, if we can travel, every citizen of the globe can travel without any visa, I'll be the happiest person in the world. Then I can say, yes, we have achieved the target. Anyhow, so those days, what happened is some illegal migrants, they came. Andaman Islands is a small island. It has less, it has no food because the agriculture food is not available. Everything has to be imported from mainland of India. And our island is having a very good eco-friendly and fragile uh, environment. These people started coming and they started cutting the jungles, all the tree inside the jungle, and then they started settling down there forcefully, illegally. They were settling down over there. After a long time, when a huge number of people, more than hundreds of thousands of people, they have settled down inside the jungle by cutting the precious good trees and all. When the news came, so some of us started agitating. We wrote to the government. They were not happy because the politicians were behind those people only. The politicians were only bringing them. Politicians were only making them to settle down inside the jungle because they have no sense of destroying the ecology, destroying the environment, destroying the fragile ecology, the fragile environment system. They were not bothered about that. They had their own selfish motive because Andaman has got a lot of other resources. We have some tree called paddock tree, which is not available in the whole world, only in some places in Africa and one or two places, and in Andaman Nicobar Island, by which it is a red colored tree by which a very good furnitures are made. Anyhow, during those days, British government had also taken a very good tree for their own cabin and for their own purpose, furniture purpose. No, that is a separate issue, no problem. Anyhow, so these people, the illegal migrants, they were, coming and occupying the jungle. And then when we raised the issues, at last the government did not bother. And then I myself was sitting on a hunger strike. I told they don't understand the gravity of this thing. I'm not against those people, but I'm against this system, this political move. These illegal migrants are coming, occupying only for the purpose of the voting. They are destroying the things and all. So I sat on the hunger strike. One time for 3 to 5 days, second time again 3 to 5 days, again third time. And then I had to go to the Supreme Court. Why I had to go to the Supreme Court? After my second hunger strike, the government brought a resolution. What was the resolution they told? Okay, we agree that these illegal encroachers, that is a law violators, they encroach the jungle, we will bring them to the main civilian area and we will give them the land, we will give them a package, we will give them a huge package so that they will come out from the jungle and they will settle down in a civilian area. A illegal migrant, not the nationality of India, other nationality, they were giving them very good package, land, job, cash package, a big package was given to them. Then I spoke very boldly. There are so many paper cutting, there are so many newspaper cutting, there are so many photographs and so many things have come during those days in the newspapers and all. I spoke that they are the law violators, the people law abiders, those who are in the island, the freedom fighter generation, and after that, many school teachers, those who came for the development, many other forest officers, many other police officers, those who came were brought by the government for the development of the island. They don't have a piece of land. They are working for 30 years, for 40 years. They have no land. And these law violators, you're giving them the land, giving them the job, government job, giving them the free cash assignment, and to certain years, I think I don't remember now, but free food. Oh, they are not the citizen of India. They are the law violators. They destroyed the jungle. They destroyed the environment. For them, this package. I went to the Supreme Court of India, filed a case in the Supreme Court of India, and the Supreme Court has given a fantastic judgment. We were the winners. I think today I over here. The next one person who brought a big revival in my life is the justice, the judge of a high court, which I may tell in the coming days in the next interview. The judge of the high court, because of my this movement, I was made as the executive chairman of the legal aid. One high court judge by name Justice D.K. Basu, Dilip Kumar Basu. He was the judge of high court. He started liking my movement. He started liking my way of activities, worries. See, I was on the hunger strike, not for me. I was on the hunger strike because our environment is getting, you know, destroyed. Our, for example, eco-friendly, this system is getting destroyed. So he started liking me. Then he clubbed with me, and then we did wonderful thing for the consumer protection, for the people, those who are languishing in the court for 30 years, 40 years with a court case. We could, join together. We could solve the court cases in a very record span of time. Thousands of thousand cases which was pending in the court, which I may tell in the next coming my interview. I think today I will conclude with this. If you have any other question, please you can ask me. I'm sorry I've taken a long time. Thank you very
No, it
much.
was absolutely amazing, and I was taking notes actually. So it's a lot to learn from you, and I hope our listeners are taking notes as well. I know we are going to repurpose the content from the audio file into a book, and the book is going to be published and launched very soon in London in at the end last week in March, and I'm very excited
Okay.
about everything because your story behind what people see they see the result of your life experiences, but sometimes people forget that for you to arrive to your point in to this point in your life when you could help millions of people, when you are your excellence, you reach a point in your life when you become the person that everybody wants to be. And listening to you, I realize that actually what you are telling us is that excellence is an art and maybe a bit of science because you are a scientist, but is not the virtue of excellence that makes you. Is the fact that you've been acting rightly throughout your life, and that brought you to all the time. You always done what you thought, what you felt in your heart is right, and because of that you achieve excellence. It's not because of the titles you achieve, it's not because of the recognition from the rest of us, it's simply because you build yourself into an excellent man. I, I'm very taken by your humility, by your wealth of knowledge, and your desire to change the world and just make us think that it's time wake up wake up from this trance where we think somebody is better than somebody else, or you could be inferior, or you could be inferior to others. All these things you just mentioned are mind-blowing changes, transformational changes that we could all use to grow into the person we could be. Personally, I learn a lot from you. I'm greatly inspired by your desire to change the world into a better, make it a better place. And
Yes.
you mentioned Mahatma Gandhi. And my answer a few days ago, somebody asked me because I worked so hard. We had a couple of events, and it's been a very long year. And sometimes I lose track of time. I don't even know what day it is because it's so much work and because I love it so much. But then
Yeah.
you mentioned Mahatma Gandhi, and he said that the best way of finding yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. So I think this is
Yes.
exactly what you do. What would be your
Yes.
message for our listeners who want to achieve excellence? What is
Yes.
the one message you want to share with us today so our listeners will take with them and remember when the tough gets going, when people around you are difficult, when circumstances get complicated? What is that one thing that you want us to remember to stay within our excellence space?
Yeah. See, everyone has a leadership quality. If at all we want that we should be the leader. As I said, everyone has got a leadership quality. It's only that somebody, they sharpen and they become like a glittering gold. Everybody is gold, but then sometimes the gold has to be polished. How it can be possible? As already you have mentioned, that first of all, we have to lose ourselves. Many circumstances has come to my life that I never bothered that whether other people will come or not with me. When I took up the hesitation for fighting against the government, against the Prime Minister of India, I sat on the hunger strike. I never thought that people will support me because it's a huge power. The police and all, they will, they will kick us. But then I had a confidence. We are fighting for the truth. So if we see any kind of circumstances near us, in and around us, don't wait for others. You first jump. You jump first. You lead. People will follow you. First, you follow the community. What are their problems? What are the issues? You jump into the situation. People will follow you. People, that is a great leadership quality, which I learned. And I did that thing in so many circumstances. I fought against, I mean to say, fighting not with the arms and all, through this hunger strike, through kind of big rallies and all, which I did. Huge number of people, they started following me. They started following me, and we could win a lot of such kind of, for the social issues, emerging global issues. We could get the redressal in a very short span of time. Like this, we went to the Supreme Court and we got the redressal. When the tsunami disaster came to that island, I never thought, I never waited for any other person. Me, I jumped into the situation. I first jumped into the situation. What all resources I had, I took that thing and we went because the epicenter was was in Andaman Nicobar Island, southern group of the islands. It was there. I jumped into that, and then slowly, I never thought the resource will come from that place or descending, but we are the first person to jump into the situation. Go, you do it. People will follow you. Don't wait. People will follow you. You go alone. People will come and follow you. Tsunami disaster. I may not have the time today, but then we adopted during that day with our own fund, adopted 5,000 victim families. We not only for 1 year, but 3 years, we kept them in a relief center which was built by me only, built by me and my group of my team. We kept them in a intermediate shelter, and then at a later stage, we built permanent earthquake resistant houses, and I've given to them. I did not borrow a single money from anybody, did not even go to the government. What all I had, I given it. I became zero financially. But then God knows our heart. God gave me double than that. What all I spent for the victims, for the tsunami victims, God gave me, in the coming days. I suffered a lot, but yes. So what I say, when the situation, any alarming situation come of any emerging global issues, don't wait for the response from third person. You first jump. You go. Because this is your earth planet. This is your society. This is your community. Your global citizens. We have to jump into the situation, take over the situation, and try to redress the problem. There are hundreds of examples where I jumped into the situation in a very adverse situation, and after that, huge number of people followed, and we were getting victory, and then a large number of people were benefited. At the end, huge number of people were benefited. We get a satisfaction. Today, I think with this message, I would like to conclude. Thank you, Your Excellency, Ambassador Dr. Maria Nani. Thank you very much. And for all your team, all the team, those who are now sitting in your studios, those who are working hard, those who are with you day and night, I give all of you my sincere thanks and gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And God
Thank you
give
so
you
much.
all blessings.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So this is our second episode. In our third episode, just to let our listeners know, is called Abundance. So you are going to return when it's possible for you, and we could take some more time to share with our listeners. And we will talk about abundance. Abundance is a choice, in my own opinion, and I can't wait to hear what is your experience with abundance. From both of us, until next time, remember, you are stardust. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Goodbye. God bless.